The event that I'm planning is a mini speed camp, which I side noted the basics. When it comes to speed, you just can't teach speed in one day. It's more of a phase skill that you really have to set. But with this camp that I'm putting together, it's going to be the basics of just learning proper technique and mechanics and really being in a proper position to really hit your acceleration at the proper time. But this camp is open to all athletes of any sport, whether it's track, football, basketball, etc. So the mini speed camp will be held at Riverside City College. The attendance fee is $100 and is due May 29th, the week before the event starts. So I set the date for Saturday, June 6th. Saturday, June 6th. So the $100 entry fee for athletes and coaches is May 29th. And I placed the entry fee for both athletes and coaches because it's both a lecture based and on the field based camp. So during the first 2 to 3 hours, you are learning about speed and proper mechanics, as I said, just the back history or story about what speed is and what compromises speed, so that it even includes power and strength, what should be placed into the program of the athlete in order to gain optimal speed. So we are not providing breakfast. Breakfast is on their own. I placed the start time for 9 a.m. However, I did place introductions, which includes people introducing themselves, him or herself, and explaining what they're looking to get out of the camp or what struggles they're having with their athletes, coaches are having with their athletes, or what athletes wish to, get out of the camp. So I placed the time at 8:45 to 10 a.m. The 8:45 is just giving that 15 minutes of cushion for individuals, stragglers just coming in who might be late. So I don't really want to start exactly at 9 because, just common sense, people are not going to get there exactly at 9. There's going to be somebody's going to be late, and I don't want people to miss out on the information. So 8:45 to 10 introductions. I'm sorry, 8:45 to 10:30 introductions. Erase that. 8:45 to 10 with that 15-minute cushion. So, and I did kind of space everything out because days can't overlap. So we're kind of on a time rolling schedule. So that's the introductions. I placed 10 to 11:30 lecture on sprinting techniques and positioning for athletes who are wishing to increase their speed. So that can include proper hand placement, how you're driving down with the hand, knee lift, where the knee should be, in a 3-point stance, what angles the front and back legs should be at. So you have a 45-degree angle at the back and the front, just where the chin placement should be, how back and hip alignment should be properly aligned, and all of that. I had proper explosion out of the 3-point stance, triple extension, all that, etc. So that will be about an hour and a half. So 10 to 11:30. 11:30 to 12:30 will be lunch. Lunch will be provided for the participants, coaches, and athletes. I have planned Subway sandwiches, chips, and water. If juice is wanted, they will be notified that they'll have to bring their own juice or sodas, which I wouldn't recommend soda in the first place, but their own juice will be provided on their own. But as I said, sandwiches, chips, and water will be provided. So that'll be an hour break. After lunch will be the field portion of the camp, which will be held from 1 to 1:30, which are warm-ups. So that will include dynamic warm-ups, stretches, and accelerations to get the body warmed up and the blood flowing and going. From 2 to 2:30, speed drills. So that will include high knees in place, fence drills to work on turnover. Kids will be placed into into partners or groups to work on knee drive. So we'll have those components of the camp, and then that should take them about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how large the group is. And then from 3:30 to 4:45, we'll actually start running. So we'll start off with just placing the athlete into a proper 3-point stance where you'll get proper push and power. And then once we have set the athlete into the proper position, I'll then put, say, 10 cones at 10 meters, 20 meters, and 30 meters. Then we'll start actually having the athlete run to the cones and start timing. So like I said, when it comes to speed, there's different phases. You have your basics, as I said, which this is the basic mini camp where you're just learning different mechanics and positioning and how to obtain proper acceleration. And then for the next camp, we'll go further into elongating the distance to about 40 to 50 meters, and then potentially bringing in resistance bands that will help the athlete push and drive, which is a part of obtaining speed throughout their run. And then once the athlete is more advanced, start putting them on overspeed equipment such as bungee cords that will increase their speed by at least twofold, and we'll drop the times. And then from there, you'll have around the phase 3 of the speed, you'll start having time trials. So I think I'll also put in here for the basics, just testing their speed. What it's at now from phase 1 to testing it at phase 3 if they made any progress. So that is the time slot for little mini camp. And like I said, the entry fees do need to be put in a week before, which is May 29th, as I set the date of $100.